Welcome to Mr. Bet on You, the best live show in the gig economy? Question mark? I don't know. Hope you guys are doing well. We have a special guest tonight. If you're here, you probably already know that. If you've seen the thumbnail, I did not get deactivated. But before we get too far in, hit thumbs up in the chat if you guys could hear me and see me clearly before I start rambling and going on and bringing in our very special exclusive interview. I'm looking at it here. I guess you guys can see me. Yeah. I got to get a new camera, though. That's the one thing. Got to upgrade this laptop situation like pronto. Okay. Thumbs up. I see thumbs up all around. I appreciate all y'all in the chat. Shout out to, I got a couple shout outs. Nomadic Gig Econ Mom, congratulations. I believe you're a new mom again, right? This past week, a couple days ago. Hope you and the baby well. Seems like it is based on what I've seen. Congratulations. Everybody, please put a congratulatory emoji or something, a baby emoji in the chat for Ceci, Nomadic Gig Econ Mom. She's somebody that supports a lot of channels out here. She's a true gig economy hustler, and she's a new mom. So appreciate you for being in here. And I would not listen. I cannot go another minute without wishing a very happy birthday to a friend of mine and a friend of many of yours. Mr. Hannibal is celebrating his birthday today. And I'll be in New York City Wednesday and Thursday to see him. We're going to a Wu-Tang, Nas, and De La Soul concert. Super geek, super excited about that. But so happy birthday to Hannibal, and congratulations to Nomadic Gig Econ Mom. So appreciate y'all for being in the chat tonight. Get the thumbs up, share the content, all that good stuff. We're going to be interviewing Nuggs, my son. We're going to be interviewing my son in a live interview tonight. First time he's been on the channel, but obviously we've made some content together and we support each other. And he got deactivated this week. He made a video about it. Many of you have seen it. Maybe a few of you haven't. I watched it, and I want him to kind of, we're not just going to talk about that because he does a really good job of explaining it. But I think, I have a couple other questions on how he feels about it. I'm going to dig a little deeper maybe, right? And then you guys might have questions. And I want to also talk to him about the future of YouTube for him, because I think he's in a spot now where he's really going full tilt with this other channel. He has Isaac something. Well, I'll let him explain that. And completely not gig content related. But also I want to talk about the stamp he left in this particular space, being the entertainment channel that he was, the informational channel, one of the best out there, obviously, in this space, very humorous. He has a great sense of humility, good sense of humor, and the editing was always really good, right? And always made you laugh, right? So we'll talk about that. What and if he's going to be doing any more DoorDash stuff? Will he try to get another account? I got questions for him. I'm going to hit him with some questions, and I want you guys to learn something today, maybe that wasn't even in that video. And we'll talk about some glitch a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, because I think there's other things going on with DoorDash beyond just the glitches that we have been talking about for the last month or 4 or 5 weeks or so. And it's going to be a great conversation. So that'll happen in about 8 minutes or so. And this week, okay. So if you're new here, okay, we do this every week. Appreciate you guys very much. If you want to support the channel, read the scroll down below. We will be getting our monetization back. I feel extremely confident in that. I'll reapply next Sunday. I'm going to reapply at midnight, Saturday night, right? Very excited about that. It's been 3 months now, basically, right? And we're still making content, still being inspired to try to do what I can. And I'm very excited to get that back. Definitely learned some lessons, but when I come back, I'm coming back full force. So just know that is happening. I'm very excited about that as well. This week was a pretty decent week. Made decent money for the amount of time I was out. Doing Instacart and DoorDash now, kind of my earnings are just about dead even. Finding a really good balance with it. Really lucky to be in a decent market of St. Louis. And the time right now, I think, for the gig economy, while a lot of us are struggling, I think if you're willing to adapt and try some things and do some shopping, I think if you're in a decent market as well, I think you can do okay as long as you can get on other apps and not only work one, right? Even with the games that DoorDash plays and all these kind of things. And we'll get into that maybe with Nuggs a little bit. Obviously, he's in a smaller market than me. he had an app. He got deactivated from an app, and now he has to figure out, okay, now what am I going to do? How am I going to supplement that income, right? So we'll talk about that as well. So let me get in the chat, see who we got in the building. Bud Sola, Kualaya, what's up? What's up? Cray, Chris B. I see Scooter Bud in the house. Juan, Jersey Man, Dubs, Troll Police, The Driven Dad, DoorDash Josh, Lisa, Jocelyn. I see Red Gigworth Officials, Yesenia Fernandez, Jeff. I see Brandon Welty in the building. What's up, man? That was a tough game today. Woo! Lisa, UDM Delivers, Mad Dash for Road, Trip Cash. What's up, brother? Always good to see you. Eric, Side Hustle Fun, Landon, Jersey Man. Am I repeating any names? Eric. Let's see. The chat's going a little fast here. Your Bears suck. I know that. You don't have to remind me. What up, Jessica, Mary, Landon? All right. I think I got most of the people's names in here. All right. So, and if you have a question, I'll try to see some here and there as we bring Nuggs up here in just a little while here. Lindsay Gigs and Bias. What's up? What's up? Big Ace Diecast. Nina. Appreciate all you guys. Say my name. Say my name. All right. I have the subscriber only mode turned off. So any and all can leave a comment, interact, keep it respectful. Moderators, do not block or time out people just for a difference of opinion. Or if they're saying something like, Pedro, you suck, or Nuggs is silly, or Nuggs got deactivated and he should have been, or Pedro, you are glitch god, or whatever, all that stuff stays. Now, if you're being racist, homophobic, if you're being rude to another commenter outrightly, feel free to use discretion, moderators. But I want this stream, if you got questions or you got an opinion, whatever. If you're trolls and you just need a little outlet and make yourself feel good and be a keyboard warrior, I want to give you that tonight. But be respectful, no cussing in the chat. I mean, if you drop occasional whatever, but just don't go crazy. If you see a link that's spammed, like any kind of crazy link, please get on that right away. But I don't want us to just be blocking people because they have a different opinion or because they say they don't like my sweatshirt or they don't like my headphones or, whatever. Okay. Trolls and haters need love too. Okay. They do. And if it makes them feel better to type a couple words because they're not feeling good about themselves, let it stand. It's okay. Trolls and haters are welcome. And eventually, if you love a troll and a hater, maybe they'll rethink their life path and how the energy they're putting out in the world. So if you have a wrench, you have a little bit of responsibility. I don't want to see people blocking people just because they don't like you or they don't like me. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Okay. All right. Let's see. Pedro is no beta coach. Eli, I don't know what that means. Racist? I can't like NASCAR in this chat. When do we strike, says Coach Player. The Bears haven't won a game since last October. Thanks, Big Carl. Thanks for reminding me about my Chicago Bears. You can come and talk, Pedro and Hannibal podcast. Carl, we know we see you there, so you can talk about that over there tomorrow night. All right, so without further ado, free Nuggs says 12 Glock 1. Free Nuggs until it's backwards. Is it just me or does Pedro resemble Jon Snow? Jon Snow from Game of Thrones? I'll take that as a compliment. It must be the hair. Okay. Let's get ready. Cowboy Courier, what up? Okay. Landon says, I got deactivated for Spark. Manager said I was drunk and couldn't take 4 orders at once. I don't even drink. That's crazy. Goat gig song dropping Friday. Yeah, Welty, you're going to come on the show. So we talked behind the scenes. So Welty's got some things coming up, and I'm going to get him on the show next. He's probably going to be coming. We're going to figure that out. All right. So without further ado, hit the thumbs up. We got 322 in the chat. Exclusive interview with, listen, I've been saying this for, I don't know, a year and a half. I've crowned him the GOAT of GigTube entertainment. In my opinion, there's not anybody close. When a Nuggs video drops, you guys watch. I watch. It's entertaining. The videos aren't crazy long. The editing, they're humorous. It's great. He could sit there and probably read the telephone book, and he's probably going to make you smile and laugh. Okay, but it looks like those days might be coming to an end. And DoorDash deactivated our man. So let's bring him up on the screen right now. Hello, son. How are you?
Hello, Father. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, man. Appreciate y'all. So for just to give you guys some clarity, I texted you last night, right? I think it was last night.
Yeah. It was like freaking 9 or 10 p.m.
Yeah, I was sitting around. I'm like, we just got done doing some family stuff. I was like, I got to get Nuggs on the show. Let me see if he wants to come on. He's replied right back. I was like, all right, let's do this. So I appreciate you spending time away from Kayla. And if Kayla's there, hello, Kayla. We love you as well.
Yeah, she's in the back.
Yeah. So I appreciate you spending time with us, man. So everybody obviously knows who you are, but just give us a minute or two, how you came into the DoorDash community, making YouTube, your journey, and then kind of roll it into what happened this week, man.
Yeah. Well, first I want to say thank you for all the kind words. Every time you speak to me, you always say some really nice things. I appreciate it. You did kind of sound like I died at the beginning, the way you were like, well, he was a great guy and he had made really good content. So if I die,
Nuggs eulogy.
Yeah, pretty much. So if I die, I hope you speak like that.
Yes.
But no, about 2, 3. Well, actually, what's funny about it is it was about exactly 3 years ago that I actually got onto DoorDash, almost exactly to the day. Like it was like September 20th or something of 2020, so right around the pandemic. But I had left my job. I worked as a manager at Wendy's and then moved to a manager at Speedway. But then, I pretty much Kayla was the one that introduced me to DoorDash. And I was already making videos, like obviously about other stuff, but it was like commentary and not really. The video sucked. That's why I put out 400 videos and had like 900 subs. But started doing DoorDash and one of them just took off. But that's been pretty much my livelihood. Like before I was monetized on YouTube or anything, like I just did DoorDash. Was making like 800 or whatever a week, and at the time, obviously that was really good. But yeah, obviously here I am now, deactivated.
Yeah. So were you surprised when that DoorDash video kind of like that was the video that kind of popped for you on YouTube? Was that surprising at all?
Yeah, it was so random. Like it was so random. And I have like tried to make videos similar to that one, but they've never like done as well. But I think it was like the 87-hour work week. At the time, I don't think there was a lot of content at all of people doing just like really long work weeks. And I think the majority of people probably clicked it to be like skip to the end and see how much I made or whatever. But But yeah, at the end of the day, those videos are still the ones that probably do the best. Like Trevor Deliveries, that's pretty much what he does now, and he does really well, which is good.
Yeah, it's like those kind of, a lot of people like those kind of like challenge type videos, and they can see how much you make at the end. It's like a reveal, and they can either clown you or like celebrate you that you did well, and all that kind of stuff. So So this week, obviously, you dropped the video. DoorDash deactivated you. For all of you that are coming in, the thumbnail that I put, that's his. I didn't get deactivated, right? That's his. He sent me that, and then I saw, he made a video, and I was like, oh man, this is really happening. Like this is crazy, right? So tell us, for those of the people that didn't watch the video, right? Before I ask a couple of questions here and there, tell us what happened.
Yeah. I'm glad you're giving me this chance to kind of explain it, because the comments on my video were brutal. And I mean, I understand the criticism, and we can talk about that in a minute, kind of your opinion about if it's stealing and all that. But basically I got deactivated because earn by time mode, for those of you who don't know, is you get paid like an hourly rate. For example, I'll use ours. It's like $14 an hour. So $14 an hour from the time that you pick up, from the time that you accept a delivery until you actually deliver it. So you basically press complete delivery. If it was, an hour for say, you get $14. If it was half an hour, $7, whatever. And so normally, like I said, I talked about this in my video that I made, but I didn't tell people about it before, is that I would always basically run, if an order was going, let's say 6 or 7 miles and there's no restaurants in the area, in my opinion, I justified it because I'm like, well, I'm still actually working. Like I'm still driving back. There's no chance of me getting any orders. And so I'd run out. Basically, I would text the customer, be like, your order is delivered. And then I would drive all the way back to my zone, sometimes 5 to 10 minutes, whatever. In some cases, 15, 20 minutes. Maybe they shouldn't send me out that far if I'm not going to get paid for it. But I drive back and complete the order. And I've always done this. I've done this since Earn by Time came out. So like 5 or 6 months ago, whatever. But yeah, this time in specific, I got deactivated because as soon as I completed a delivery, both the customers tipped really well. The order was like $36 because I ran it out for definitely longer than I should have. And DoorDash immediately came up with a pop-up that was like, this is basically something's fishy. And
you hadn't seen that pop-up before the other times you did it, right?
No, I'd never.
First time you saw that pop-up?
Yeah. Yep. That was the first time I've seen anything like that. Because I've had where like the app basically kicked me out and I couldn't log back in while I was trying to complete a delivery. I had to call support and get them to even tell me what the address was to complete it. But anyways, I ran it out for like 2.5 hours because and support was like, oh, that's fine. And I didn't see a red flag or any sort of notification for that. And I got paid $30 in base pay. Obviously, that was before I was like, that was unintentional, but yeah, I think it's something new, basically. But
yeah, and I think so that earn by time you mentioned the $14 if you spend an hour. You also, if there's a tip, you'll get that as well. But with earn by time, for those of you that haven't done it yet, you don't know if there's a tip until you drop it off, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
you have no idea.
Can't see Yeah, you can't see the total or anything.
This particular order you said was kind of like both customers tipped okay, and because you ran out that time going back to where you were at, the payout was really big. So you think it kind of maybe set off some alerts in the algorithm or something, and they're like, something doesn't seem right, and then that pop-up came up telling you that they were going to look into this, correct?
Yeah, so that's what I think. Like it's either there's two options that I think happen. Either they put something new in the system in the last week or two that will flag orders on earn by time that take considerably longer than the deliver by time. Because normally you would just get like, it would just say you're late or whatever. Maybe to get a contract violation, maybe you wouldn't. I've actually never got one for that. But so either that happened, or I basically, because the total was so high, it triggered something. And someone manually looked at it and said, yeah, this guy's fucking our system. And so that's probably what happened. Yeah. I don't know if I could swear, by the way.
No, you're good. Yeah, I want the real Nuggs, man. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so let's get into a couple things. So full transparency, Nuggs and I didn't have a conversation before we did this. I said, hey man, why don't you we're gonna talk about this glitch stuff, the earn by time glitch, your deactivation, and then like the future of DoorDash, right? But full transparency to both of our audiences, when we did the challenge, when Nuggs came to St. Louis with Kayla, we did that 4-day challenge. I made some content. Nuggs made the video. We had a great time, right? It was eye-opening for Nuggs, and it was just great to meet him and Kayla. We both knew at that point. I knew about the other glitch, and I shared it with Nuggs, right? And he shared that one with me, but we didn't blab it to the world. But we, we met each other and we shared what we knew about it, because that's what DoorDash drivers do, right? So I just want to say, out of transparency, I knew about that, but neither one of us really shared it like in a way, right? And I think there's a lot of other little glitches and this and that things people find out through Reddit or Facebook or YouTube or just having conversations with people in parking lots. But I just wanted to kind of get that out. I knew about this earn by time deal. So a lot of people thought like I cheated Nuggs or Nuggs cheated me. We both knew what was going on when we did that little competition. So I just wanted to kind of share that with the audience, with Nuggs here, So you got that pop up, and immediately did you think, oh shit, I'm done?
Yeah.
Like, you knew you were going to get deactivated, right?
Yeah. It was funny. I completed the order when I got home, obviously, like I said, and I was sitting right next to my girlfriend, and I was like, that's weird. I was like, that's weird. And this came up. And then what's funny about it is I expected it to take 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, whatever. DoorDash is usually pretty slow with that stuff. But I got the pop-up, and then I was like, okay, let me just type in what this says onto like Reddit or whatever. So I looked at it like onto Google. I found a Reddit post. And as I'm reading it, this guy's like, yeah, he got that pop-up, and then he got deactivated like 10 minutes later. And I was like, that's weird. And then my phone went off, and I got the notification that I was deactivated. So it was within 10 minutes of completing the order.
That's wild.
They didn't mess around, dude.
That's crazy. And it's hard. We don't work for DoorDash. I don't know a lot about coding and algorithms at all. Neither one of us are experts in that, right? But I definitely, you mentioned a second ago, it could be something maybe new that they're looking at and how they handle certain things. I definitely think the AI is a learning thing. And I think that these software engineers, they understand certain glitches, and I think they can put things in to alert them when they see certain things, suspicious activity or whatever, right? Let me get into a couple questions. So I've been seeing some of the comments on your video, some of the comments on the community post I put up saying, you're going to be on here, and the little short I did. And people are using the word stealing a lot. So when you hear that, what do you think? When people say, well, Nuggs stole, he should have been deactivated, he got what he got coming, like karma and all the people in the chat right now, like, how do you feel about that?
Well, I agree and disagree. I'll explain kind of what I'm thinking. So absolutely, I hate these comments of people saying, oh, he got what he got coming or whatever. I did. I said that. I said that in my video. I agree. I should have been deactivated. I just got away with basically being able to make more money than I was normally, especially like my area is just ass. And so with earn by time, it doesn't matter what the tips are. I pretty much get paid no matter like the same no matter what. And so it's good. But no, I agree. I think I should have been deactivated. But stealing, I don't know. That's interesting to me. Like, so if I'm like, let's say I worked at Wendy's. So if I'm working at Wendy's and I'm the manager and someone goes and takes a shit, people would do this. They would wait until, hear me out. They would wait until the busiest time of the day to go and take a shit, and they would be in there for 30 minutes. I can't go in there and say, hurry up, but they're just in there on their phone. I know they are. Like they admitted to it, whatever. So is that stealing? You're getting paid 30 minutes extra for doing no work. So I understand that I should have been deactivated, but I think calling it stealing is a bit of a stretch. I think it's more just milking the clock, which is basically what it is. And I also want to say real quick as well that I'm not making an insane amount of money doing earn by time. So people thinking, he's just, the system plays us, so we should play the system. Like I'm not making $40 an hour milking the clock. Like I'm still working, and at best I'm making 20 to 25 an hour after tips and stuff. So it's not like I'm, I don't know, ranking in hundreds of dollars from DoorDash, taking them like, just milking the clock, like I would say. I'd actually like to hear your opinion, though. See, I always
so I like this. I always pooped on the clock. So we had a thing. So we both worked in restaurants. We both managed, and there was I might say it wrong, but I know somebody in the chat will put the correct sentence. There's like an old saying, like I get paid a dime for every dollar my boss makes, so I shit on company time. It's like a little saying, right? So like it's kind of known, like cooks and waiters or waitresses and staff, like I'm gonna, I feel like the company's taking advantage of me. They don't pay me enough. So when I poop, I'm taking a 30-minute poop. Like, and even I'm gonna sit there on my phone, and I'm gonna milk the clock. And so I think the analogy that you use is interesting. I think the word stealing, I don't know how to feel about it. Now, let me say this. Do I think you should have been deactivated? Yes, I do. And I think you said it, you admitted it. I think when drivers do certain things that are against TOS technically, we shouldn't be surprised if we get deactivated, right? So for example, if I go off at a merchant, or if I, cuss out a customer, I got to understand that I might get away with it sometimes and I might not the other. So I think there's a lot of things that we can be deactivated for. And I think Nuggs knew that this day was either going to come, or if it did come, he was either prepared for it, or he couldn't be too mad because he understood he was taking advantage of a loophole that he found within the app, right? Call it a glitch, a loophole, an advantage, whatever. So I do think you should have been deactivated. I don't think that's, the stealing thing. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think I can understand why some people use that word, because you're driving back to a spot when you've already done the work. But to your point, if they're sending you 10 miles, 15 miles out, while you have the opportunity to decline it or not, hey, you're still facilitating that order for the customer. So you're still fulfilling the customer's needs. You're just taking more money from DoorDash, right?
Right.
So I think stealing is a wrong word. I think taking advantage, finding the loophole makes more sense to me. I think I'll be interested to see. I don't know if you're on Reddit or not. I think you mentioned one other person said they got something similar. Like, do you think this is going to continue to happen, where DoorDash is going to be noticing people taking advantage of glitches or whatever we want to call them, and those accounts will be deactivated? What do you think?
I think it depends on what the glitch is or what the loophole is. So like, obviously the acceptance rate glitch that I'm not going to go into detail about, but if you know, you know. Yeah. I don't really think there's any way that they could track that. Maybe there could be some sort of way, but I don't really I think it really depends. So obviously the earn by time glitch, if someone else is like, I actually got a lot of comments of people saying like, yeah, I do that too. I do the earn by time thing as well, and no one has been deactivated. But I think that's fair. But I think there's kind of like a lot of it's in a gray area, right? Like what you do, like, even if you complete an order too fast, I feel like they maybe have something in their system now, like that would prevent, if you complete the order that takes, let's say 20 minutes, you complete it in 5, they're going to think you stole the food. Maybe there's that same pop-up comes up, but I think it really just depends on what it is. But
that's a good point. I think a lot of these are AI driven. Did you appeal? Did you do an appeal? I can't remember. I think you said you did, right?
Yeah, I did. And I said no.
Okay. Like immediately, did it come back right away?
It was like, I don't even know, like 4 hours later. They're like,
okay, so let me ask you this. Why put in the appeal if you knew you fucked up? Why do it? Just because?
I thought maybe there'd be a motherfucking dumbass support agent that just put me back in anyways. Like, I don't know. I sat in there. I was like, my phone died, so I drove back home.
So
believe me.
So what's the? So obviously, I know you have another couple apps. So what's the? Have you thought about a plan to subsidize that lost income, or are you going to go more into the YouTube space with the other channel? Like, have you thought about that yet?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've kind of like, how do I want to go about this? So I have other apps. I have Instacart and Uber. But what works great with that is I get like, let's say maybe 5 Uber orders a day. And then Instacart's actually a lot busier than I thought it was. I was running it today. I made like $100 in 5 hours. It really wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But basically, I'll just basically be focusing on YouTube full time, and in the midst of that, be doing Instacart and Uber just while I can. It's, it wasn't like I was like a full time dasher for the last few months, anyways. It's not like I was out here making 1,000 every week and maybe 500. But yeah, if there's any questions or chat or anything as well.
Yeah, if you guys got questions, I'll try to catch some. Yeah, so it's not like you were making 1,000 or $1,200 a week, and this was 75% of your income along with your YouTube, and so it's not like the end of the world. But obviously, it still sucks, right? Because when you go out, when you want to give your community the gig app times and all that, and you want to make money, you're going to have one less option, right? One less opportunity. And DoorDash in most markets, I know in yours, it's like that's kind of the number one app as far as like how busy it'll make you. But if anything, I think my response to you when you sent me that text with the DoorDash ain't playing around anymore, and you sent me the activation thing, I was like, oh damn. And I was out working myself, and my response was basically I told Nuggs, I was like, hey man, this is probably a good thing. Maybe this will, you can really start getting that other channel going, and anything that I think you do on YouTube, it might not pop now, but eventually it's gonna give you the things that you want and deserve, right? And I think for a while, you've gone back and forth with wanting to make DoorDash content, making it because you saw that there was monetary gain, but you were obviously bored doing it and felt like, hey, I'm making the same video. I get like that too. I made a video this week or last week about that. Like I'm bored as fuck. Like, it kind of weighs on you a little bit, but yeah, I think, with DoorDash, man, let me ask you this. Do you think most people that get deactivated, do you think it's actually justified, or do you think people get deactivated by DoorDash and it's just all AI and they're just trying to get rid of drivers? Because I hear like mixed bag emotions about and opinions about people getting deactivated. Do you think most of them are just, or do you think most of them are bullshit?
I feel like most of them are justified. And here's why I think that, because you'll see people like in the comment section or people on YouTube and stuff, that, or like Reddit, whatever, like literally everywhere on the internet, that will complain about being deactivated falsely. But that's like a kind of a rare occurrence. You don't see people going on the internet and saying, I stole someone's food and I got deactivated, or I was extremely late, multi-apping, right? Like people who multi-app and then someone gets their food an hour late or whatever. Like I feel like that's probably actually the majority of it, is just people doing stupid things. And the cases that you hear about are probably just like they kind of.
I think people over exaggerate and get emotional about things, and they'll get deactivated, and it sucks. It's like a gut punch, right? Like I got demonetized on YouTube because I made one video that had 5.7 million views, and I didn't formulate it correctly, and I took ownership of that. That was me. That I shouldn't have done it. I should have did it better, and the AI caught it, and it happens, right? So, but it feels like a gut punch, so you automatically want to become mad and emotional and blame YouTube or blame DoorDash. But I also agree with you. I think most of them are justified. I think a lot of us do things on a day-to-day basis that are technically against TOS, whether we know it or not. And, it kind of is what it is. But let me read a couple questions. I see a couple in here. I'm going to see if I can't. Question: has Nuggs been measured for his crucifix? Okay. All right. Let's see. Question: why are people even allowed to order outside the zone? If you're 20 miles away from the zone, your milkshake is going to melt. Yeah, it's stupid. I mean, Nuggs, let me ask you, what do you think there should be a cap on mileage? And obviously zones are different, cities are different. Do you think if you are said miles away, that order shouldn't even go through and it shouldn't be an option? What do you say to that?
Well, I would say for ice cream, definitely. Anything that's like food sensitive or like heat sensitive or whatever. But I actually don't think there's anything wrong with someone ordering food far away, as long as they're kind of okay that maybe if their food isn't as hot, as long as the company paid more. But obviously, there's just like someone could tip $15 on an order and live 12 miles away, and it still wouldn't be worth it in some cases. Like,
yeah, I know, right?
That's kind of that's not right.
Yeah, I see like Instacart orders, right? And it'll be 40 miles. And I can see they tip $20, and that customer doesn't know where a shopper is, right? But they could be it could be a 5-mile Aldi from their house, and they're tipping $20. But like, it's sending it to me, like I'm gonna take that order. Like, it doesn't, So yeah, I don't, I think with food there should be a delivery mile radius. I think some of the merchants can set it that way. If you think back in the day, like a pizza place, if you called a pizza place and you were too far, they told you were too far. You're not in our zone, right? But I think with these greedy gig companies, they just want all the dollars, they want all the cents, right? But
because someone will do it.
Yeah. Mad Dash for Road Trip Cash says, Nuggs, isn't Kayla doing Shipped? Is Kayla doing Shipped? That's a question. I don't know.
She's mostly DoorDash right now. So Shipped is just kind of, it's definitely not nearly as good as Instacart for grocery delivery.
Yeah, got it. Let's see. Question for Nuggs. What's your sister's IG? Sister Brent, y'all be wild, man.
You gotta chill, bro.
y'all be wild in here. Chill out with the sister jokes, okay? So what happened to this guy? Says, he got deactivated. So catch up, guys. Catch up. So, okay. Let's get into a couple other little things here. So, people obviously use the word stealing and glitch and taking advantage, and people are like, you got what you got coming. And some people think I'm next because they think that I've used glitches and I'm not being honest about it when I haven't. Use them in a way that the audience thinks I have, right? Because technically I've done it to test it, but I don't use it actively, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But what do you think about this whole glitch stuff and the response from the community and the drivers that weren't doing well, and now they blame content creators for us not telling them things and being transparent in a way that they think we should? And do you think DoorDash knows about these things? And what do you think about what you've seen over the last 4 or 5 weeks? Give me your opinion on what you've seen.
Yeah, so I think all the people that are upset, especially content creators, but people who are upset about the fact that they didn't have the glitch, I think it's just that. I think that they're very envious that other people had this advantage. And, like, obviously there's people who've been using this for a year and a half. And then I found out about it, obviously, in St. Louis with you. And so I could sit here and bitch and moan about how I didn't know about it and how I didn't make enough money before. But truly, it's something that if you know, and it's not anybody's responsibility to tell that. And also it's incredibly, and I'm sure you know this, it's incredibly irresponsible for you or me with 60, 70,000 subscribers to tell people about this if we are not 100% sure that people are not going to lose their jobs. Because it's not a responsibility for their jobs or for them to make more money necessarily with the glitch, but it does, I feel like, become partially our responsibility if we tell them about it and then they lose their job or they get deactivated for it. But I think people are definitely overblown about it. I mean, if you use it, that's fine. But I don't think it's really the end of the world.
Yeah. And I think, I understand people feeling like, oh, well, these content creators are saying that they want to help us make more money and they want to do this and they want to do that, but then they don't tell us everything they know. But is it really our responsibility, especially if we're told something and told not to say anything? And there's levels of integrity when you have friends and things. And to be honest, I shared it with you because you were in St. Louis and we were doing a competition, and it just organically like, hey, we're just talking about DoorDash. And I had just found out recently about it. So I was like, oh, let me tell Nuggs because, I know Nuggs ain't going to go tell his audience. And, it was just something that we had. And I want, we're doing a competition. So I was like, I got to tell him what I know. Right. And then he tells me he knows. And so Nuggs was one of the 3 people I told, or 4 people maybe, within a month or 2. And then everything else just kind of organically just comes out in the YouTube world. I think it was blown way out of proportion. I think the handful of people that feel like this is the end of the world and this is the end of DoorDash and this is like the worst thing ever and we're going to expose, I think they're just weird and lost.
They need to get some pussy, bro.
There you go. They need some love and attention. Like, and it's so cringy to me to see these grown ass men rely on another grown man and blame them for their misfortune. and they can't make money in their market and they're not willing to adapt. And it's like it's like that kid at the end of the bench in basketball. Like he's not very good, and he's mad at the coach and mad at the world and mad at school because the coach won't put him in and he doesn't play and nobody likes him. That's on you. You got to work. You got to do better than. Like I'm not going to hold your hand. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I wanted to get your opinion. Yeah, man, it's a victim mentality. I wanted to get your opinion on it since obviously you've seen some of the things and this, while I think this is, well, do you think that the earn by time thing do you think that is a glitch, or do you think it's not a glitch?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a glitch. Like it's an exploit, I would say, because it's basically just taking a feature, which is getting paid by the time, and then just basically exploiting it. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe glitch is the wrong word. Yeah.
There are glitches on earn by time. There are glitches, but I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, and I don't even know all that. Yeah, I think what we have to realize is, there's so many. This is software, it's AI, whatever, it's technology, whatever you want to call it. Think about the old video games that we used to play, or maybe still play. There's cheat codes and glitches and those things. And I remember as a kid, you could go to the store and go to the video game section and buy the little book. It's like $10, and it would give you the cheat codes and what to press. So it's like if you're able to go and buy the book, it makes you a better player, right? And if you can't buy the book, that I can see why maybe if you're playing versus somebody in the same market, driving in the same market, and that person has the cheat code and you don't, I can see why that person, if they're struggling, would be upset. But you can't be mad at Nuggs or Pedro. You got to like look in the mirror or be mad at DoorDash or figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a side. Like I know people hate saying hearing this, but I know. But
say it.
It is side cash for the most part. Like it's good as a temporary fix until you find something that's more sustainable. But at the end of the day, if you were fully relying on it and then you get mad that someone's making more money because they knew something you didn't, then you need to look in the mirror and say, why am I fully putting my entire livelihood in a food delivery, little McDonald's delivering chicken nugget boy type job?
Yes, listen, and I've said that too, man. I think I think there are a lot of people that do this full time. It's 100% of their income. There's a lot, but that's not the majority. I think this is a side hustle. It's a gig economy. If you're putting all your eggs in one basket, and I've said this for years, all your incomes from gig economy, it's not going to be sustainable for 99% of you guys, right? So we have to be finding other ways to make money and all that. If I get deactivated tomorrow on DoorDash, I'm going to be upset. I'll have to look at it like, what happened, right? But it's going to be okay. I have other apps, other ways to make money. You have to set yourself up to where one revenue stream doesn't cripple you if it gets taken away from you, right? And that's what's great about the gig economy is and being independent contractors, right? Is we can float and do different things with our time. When you have a W-2, if you get fired or you get furloughed or laid off, that's like much worse because you had all your eggs in that basket. But we can make money doing different things, so I think that's a positive. So what are you going to do with the channel, man? I know in that video you mentioned, hey, I'm still going to drop some videos here and there. Like, have you really thought about that, or are you just saying that to appease your audience? Like, what's Nuggs really going to do with your monetized channel with a really good following, really good views? What are you going to do with that DoorDash content, man?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm literally deactivated on DoorDash, and my channel is majority DoorDash. I'll upload a video about Shipped. I did Shipped, UberEats. People don't give a shit. Like, in comparison to the amount of people that care about DoorDash, so it'd be tough. I'm still on the fence. Obviously, my focus is going to be on my Isaac Kearns channel, which is just my name. But that's where my focus is going to be. But I know you can relate to this, and I'm curious what you think about this. But making DoorDash videos, there's like in every other niche, it feels like, and the kind of content that you make, there's so much flexibility. There's so many different things that you can do, and that's still true with the gig apps and DoorDash. But it's so much smaller. There's only so many tutorial videos that you can do. Like, you could make a tutorial video that would teach you every single thing you need to know about one specific app. And there's no purpose of making any more tutorial videos. Someone could learn exactly how to do the app from one video, in my opinion. And obviously there's the entertainment, which is what I did.
Yeah.
But like, it's the same shit, dude. I get mad at my fucking car. I'm sitting there. I'm like, just waiting around. All right, I get another order. Let me think. What can I say? All right, this order right here is terrible. This guy can suck on my balls. Like, I don't know. I get sick of it, dude.
Yeah, well, I think it's funny you mention that because I think you get sick of it, right? Because it's like, yes, it's repetitive and it's like not what you really want to do. Our audience is, well, for the most part, don't get sick of it because they're not watching Nuggs or Pedro. They're not watching for DoorDash content. I think they're watching to see what Nuggs is going to say or how Pedro's going to lose his mind today and go crazy on somebody or like, and I think it is super repetitive. I think it maybe every month or so, there's something that we might be able to report on or a new feature, but maybe that's once a month. Maybe a couple times a month, and then the next month it's nothing. But about once a month, something will happen. But that's only one video a month, right? I think the repetitiveness, and along with now, when you started and then when I started, there weren't all these channels. Now there's hundreds of channels, so everybody is seeing basically the same thing and the same videos made 10 times a week, sometimes about the same topic, the same feature. So it does get repetitive and it can get boring. But I think, both of us, I think we made our videos in a way to where we could talk about whatever. And DoorDash was kind of like the backdrop. And maybe some of the videos are more informative than others, but it's mostly about us showing people our day, right? Yeah. And I think there's still a core audience for that. But yeah, man, you're not wrong. I think most people can watch one or two videos on DoorDash on how to do it. And that's it. And then they decide to watch other videos that we might do for us. But yeah, I think this niche is I think it has a time. I think it has a expiration date. And it doesn't mean that it's not like milk where it's going to like spoil and you have to throw it away. But I think it's like a cookie. Like, it's on that shelf. You can eat it. And the next week it might taste a little different. And a month later, it's going to be okay. Maybe it's not going to kill you. But like eventually that cookie is going to be hard and you can't eat it. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's like a slow death, having like this kind of niche content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I want to read Welty's comment right here. Welty's in the chat.
Yeah, let me see if I can't pull it up. Let me see if I can.
I said the most creative person describing a lack of creativity is so whack. Listen, I have 200. Oh wait. I have 250 videos on DoorDash. I have done long challenges where I made $1,000 and I couldn't leave my car. I've done so many videos of every app that I've been able to get on a wait list, off of a wait list for. Like, what else is there? Like, I really want you to tell me what else there is.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny he says that. I think Nuggs is definitely. I've seen him do videos where he went to every KFC in the state, right? And
dude, that shit was horrible.
Yeah, you've done so many different. You've tried. I think you've tried more things than most other people that I've seen within this genre. But let me ask you this. From an outsider looking in and as a viewer and subscriber of your channel, I think you do it because you just don't want to do the DoorDash stuff anymore. So you're trying to figure out, okay, how can I gradually be entertaining in another way? And maybe those people will like that because it seems like you enjoy doing those kind of videos more than the ride-alongs. Is that accurate?
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's tough because if I did maybe a few ride-alongs, like, if I did ride-alongs as often as I did my other type of content, maybe I wouldn't get burnt out so quickly. And I know you feel this, where you just get really burnt out, and then when it's time to record, you're not even like your full self sometimes. Yeah. Like you're not even like, you're just not feeling it, and people sometimes can tell. But when when you milk sort of the same thing, like with DoorDash content, sort of making the same content over and over, people in the comments, of course, will be supportive, and maybe a lot of people are really enjoying it. I'm not going to take that away from them, but when I see continuously the view count drop after drop after drop, and these people are just not really as interested in the same kind of content, and it's like with DoorDash, there's only so much that you can do. There's only so much you can do, hundreds of videos before you're sort of before you're just sort of doing the same thing and people aren't really interested in that. And I think as much as people hate this, numbers do really matter. And people will shit on that and say, you're just doing it for money. But if no one's watching the videos, or if half the people are watching that they watched a month ago, something needs to change, or because people aren't as interested.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because I think we put ourselves as content creators, and there's many of us out there, right? And we watch a lot of them, and we like some and we don't like some. And I think we've both inspired some new crop of drivers that are making really great content, right? And a different perspective, and they're betting on themselves. And I love that. But I think I find it interesting that we are content creators. We put our face and our likeness out there, our opinions, and we're spending hours and hours. I know you told me personally, there's times you spent hours editing a video and you don't get the return on that like you think you should. Or you make a video, it's like, I thought this would be great. People didn't watch. And then I make this bullshit DoorDash video and they love it. So it's like, it can be frustrating, right? So, but as content creators, I view myself and listen, I say it now, but I didn't say this or think this 2 years ago. I am a content creator before I am a DoorDash driver. And not everybody will like that I say that, but I'm okay with that because that's my truth, right? I don't want to be a DoorDash driver forever. It's not my thing. Now, I'll always have the apps probably in my back pocket and do this. But for me, right, I saw like an opportunity to help people because other people were helping me. And then it just became this whole nother thing. And I want to turn it into something else because I think that that's more beneficial for my own self, my family, my future earnings, right? My sustainability of my health and my everything, right? But I think it's funny because people come to us and they expect so much out of us as content creators. But then when we call ourselves content creators or want to make money or look at the trends, then it's like, oh, we're not part of the driver community anymore because we're content creators. It's weird. It's like they want us to be drivers, but they want us to make content that they want, but they don't want us to make content that we want to make. It's just, what I'm saying?
Just work 120 hours a week. Just do both. They're jealous, bro. They're jealous.
You think that's what it is?
I don't know.
It might be. I don't know. I think some people are. But I do think people watch, especially people like you, they look forward to your videos because for a while, maybe you're only dropping one a week, two a week, one, maybe there was a month or two where you only dropped one and it was like an event, Nuggs has got a video. We got to watch that shit. It's like crack, it's like, oh, I got to get my fix, and I think you were really unique in that way because you didn't overload the algorithm like I did. For me, I had a completely different approach. I'm like, these motherfuckers going to watch me. I'm making a video every day. I want that, I want to be out there. I want to be relevant. I'm enjoying it. It inspires me. It pushes me. It gives me something to look forward to most of the time. It's a challenge. I want to make a video every day for a year. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it with a fucking phone? Can I, and then it becomes like, oh, now I'm making money. Okay. People kind of like this stuff. All right, let me keep doing it. Right. But for you, it was like an event. It was like, all right, Nuggs got a video dropping at 9 a.m. I got to watch that shit. And, the views for you on each video was just crazy, man.
Yeah. Well, for you, I mean, it's like consistency. There's two types. There's two types of content that people can make. You can either choose to do the route where basically you make a really good video that you upload maybe 1 to 4 times a month. And then in your case, like at the end of the day, if there's no content, people still want that content, right? People still want to see something about DoorDash. And so that's where you come in handy, where it's like you are that consistent creator that people like to listen to. And by the way, you're a really good speaker. I just want to say that. Like, I envy that a lot. You're very good at communicating, especially in your videos, and you get your points across really well. I'll sit and I'll have to, you remember this, maybe when we were in St. Louis, I was recording and I had to stutter and then like re-say what I'm thinking or whatever, like multiple times because I can't.
Oh, I remember. Across.
Yeah, exactly. But you just one take and you're just really, really good with it. But I think people really like that about you, is that you're,
appreciate that, man. I try
really, really well.
I try. I'm an old man. Listen, I'm old. Listen, you're my son, man. So, the trials and tribulations of me, I've just, trust me, it took a while to get to the point of just rambling and it not being crazy and you just saying it. You know what I'm saying? It takes practice, right? Okay. So now, you're deactivated on DoorDash. Obviously you have other apps, right? So, will you, I know in your video, you said, yeah, I'll still drop some videos about gig content, but obviously it's not going to be DoorDash. Or are you going to be with Kayla doing some gig content with DoorDash to pop a video? Or, like what can viewers expect from you on the channel? Like, I know I kind of asked it, but like, and maybe you haven't decided, but like, do you think you'll get to the point where you'll want to make a DoorDash video now that you can't make one? Does that make sense? It's like it's being taken away from you. So are you going to get that itch to like make one of those videos, you think, at some point?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I kind of do miss it, but I feel like that could just be because I don't have it. But if you're kind of asking, like, is there going to be any content, like gig related content on my channel? Or am I just saying that so people will shut up? No, I'm interested in Instacart. I'm really interested in Instacart. That's basically the big one. And so if anything, maybe I'll do like a monthly recap. I did think about that idea where basically I know that's not very often, but once a month, put a lot of time into basically recording. He retired from the rap game.
Yeah. I wanted you to see that one. Yeah.
Yeah. But basically, let's say I work 100 hours, let's say in a month, like 100-hour month on Instacart, and sort of a recap of all of that, I think would be interesting.
That would be cool. I mean, listen, I've been doing a lot more Instacart. I think during the fall and winter, Instacart's a good app to have because families value their convenience and their time. So I think Instacart can be good. Trader just says, just use Kayla's phone.
Dude, people say that, but you go to a restaurant and they're like, what's your name? And so if I'm using her fucking account.
Yeah, I think people do that. I think definitely people do that. I don't think most restaurants will really question you on it. I don't recommend it. I think if I order DoorDash and it says, Isaac is supposed to come drop my food off, or Kayla's, and I'm expecting a woman and a dude, Isaac shows up with this guy with a clown outfit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, this isn't Kayla, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think there's some safety issues with that, but people think I use Madison's account. I've never used it. People are like, oh, Pedro's been deactivated for a while. He's not telling anybody. He's using his girlfriend's account. No, I'm not. I think people do, but I don't recommend it. I mean, that's just me though. But.
Yeah. Yeah, people did that on my freaking Tesla series. People were saying, like, legitimately thinking that I'm using two phones at the exact same time to like make more money. I'm like, if I'm using two phones at the same time and I'm making $18 an hour, like, that's fucked.
Yeah, that's bad. that's
not very good.
Nuggs just make a new account. Yeah, some people.
I tried, dude, and it didn't let me in.
Yeah, it's you need to get with Trader. You need to get with Trader. Trader, I think Trader's got 20 accounts. He even like says he even says it in a very like braggadocious way. Like, I just get a new account. And I don't know how Trader's got the secret sauce. So I just talked to him. Okay. He might be, maybe he can hook you up. I don't know.
Yeah.
So hey man, I appreciate you taking this time. I know you made that video and people were like, well, why are you having them on? And more than anything, I just want to kind of talk even more about the future of what plans you might have and where your mind is with this. I think this, for me, it's like, I look at it like a positive for you. It might allow you to like, all right, really go all in on the other things. And it seems like you are. I know you're making, in your video, you mentioned you got some videos coming up or videos that you're making for the other channel. Like that you just haven't maybe edited them all the way, right?
Yeah. 2 videos probably in the next week that I've been working on for a month now. So
wow, that's crazy, man. Are the length of these videos on the other channel, are they going to be similar to what you're used to? Are you going to be in that 10-minute range or less? Or are these going to be shorter than that, longer than that?
Probably in that 8 to 10 minute range. I really, really, really crack down on like thinking like I'll have Kayla or whatever, like my friends watch my videos and be like, is there any point where you got bored? And if they get bored at any point, then I'm like, all right, I have to cut this out. So I really focus on trying to tell a good story, but also not making it very long. So yeah, they'll be the same length. Yeah. Most of them. Yeah.
So is the goal for Nuggs to be full-time entertainer, YouTuber, ex-rapper? Like what is Nuggs' goal in the landscape of YouTube and social media?
Full-time rapper. No,
okay.
No. Little white boy, I can't spit, you know.
Hey, white boys can spit. There's some white boys that can spit.
Oh yeah. Not me though. Can you spit?
Not you.
Can we hear you?
I'm good. I'm not rapping.
Can we get Pedro rapping in here?
I can probably write some stuff, but I talk, my brain is moving faster than my mouth. So like when I try to like do, it just doesn't sound good, man. I don't have the flow. This doesn't sound good. So
yeah, but full time.
Yeah, full time. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's say 5 years from now, you'd like to be where your money's coming from making content, and that's like your full time. I don't want to be doing DoorDash or the gig economy. I want to be making videos and make really good videos that get really good views and that people really like, and then rolling that into your career, basically, right?
Yeah. So full-time YouTube will never stop though. Like even if I'm about monetized already on my channel with 4 videos, which is pretty crazy. But even if
that's wild.
Yeah, one of them did really well. But
Yeah.
even if, let's say, I'm not making a lot, like enough to, let's say, cover my bills and Instacart or Uber Eats, let's say they just deactivate me, right? I'd be working at McDonald's making videos. Like making videos is not something that is going anywhere. But however I need to pay my bills, I'll do that. Obviously, I don't want to go to McDonald's. I'm saying that is the long-term goal, is to basically grow a brand there off of what I've kind of already made with DoorDash. But
love it. Would you, let me ask you this question. Would you, if somebody, let's say, in 5 years or however long, it could be a year, things happen. It could be 6 months. Things happen in social media. It can be very quick, right? People get one video could just pop off and it's like, bam, we've seen it, right? And I know you watch a lot of other things on YouTube, right, that are more interesting to you than just the gig economy stuff. But would you ever, like, if somebody gave you opportunity to do like acting or to be in a movie or a TV show, like, would you do that kind of stuff, or are you more comfortable creating your own content and having control of it and putting it on YouTube?
Definitely the YouTube. If I did acting, dude, I would have to re-say something 100 times, and they'd be like, "Just get your ass out of here, dude."
Yeah.
Find someone else.
So Nuggs is full like YouTuber. Like that's what you want.
Yeah, pretty much. Someone said OnlyFans. I wouldn't really do OnlyFans either. If I was a girl, maybe.
If you listen, man, if
I
was a hot chick, I'd be on OnlyFans train all day long. Well, I did see in your video, or maybe a different one, you talked about. I see you in the mirror. You got your shirt off. You got like the side by side. You're getting buff. Like you have a thing. So let's talk about that. We don't have to leave yet. So let's talk about the journey of your fitness and the bulking, as you call it, right? Like what's going on with that, man? Like what inspires you to wanna to bulk up, I guess?
Yeah. So, I guess I'll get a little bit vulnerable. So I won't quite say it was like an eating disorder, but definitely for about a year and a half ago, I just wasn't pretty much eating anything. And so I became so skinny that I don't even want to go into detail about the types of kind of situations that I dealt with, right? But I was like 118 pounds. So I'm not very tall. I'm like 5'9", but 118 pounds is really skinny. Someone said Nuggs bulking up using a glitch. Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
But this past year has definitely been trying to just get back to a healthy weight. And so, while trying to put on muscle, but now that I'm like at a healthy weight, I've gained like 30 pounds. I'm just trying to make fitness videos, and that stuff really interests me. So I have like transformation videos that I've already started on, that I've already been working on. That'll take probably 6 months to a year to make. No, I'm not doing tests. That's steroids. I'm not doing steroids, real. But it's just something that just really interests me. Like health in general, health and fitness is very interesting to me.
Yeah, I've noticed there's been videos that you've made, even within the DoorDash content videos, where you were talking about eating healthier. And, Kayla was a part of some of those, and she was eating healthy with you, and you would pack your lunch and you'd go talk about going to the gym and then going to Dash. And so I feel like I've seen you implement those ideas and that lifestyle for over a year now, or close to 2 years or whatever, right? But I think it's awesome. I appreciate you sharing with us about being 118 pounds, and I can relate to that a little bit. It's been, I haven't been 118, but I'm a smaller guy. I'm a thin man, right? And sometimes smaller guys, sometimes you just feel like, I'm just small. You don't feel confident sometimes, right? And you feel, and you look at a guy's buff and it's like, oh man, I wish I could like be a little bigger, right? I've felt that sometimes with myself, especially when I was younger, maybe like your age or a little older than you. Now I feel a little more comfortable in my skin, but I can relate to that feeling like just, like weight for men, I think is something that people don't think about sometimes. We relate it mostly to women, or we relate it to people that are overweight, but, being smaller can also make you feel some type of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of like, it feels like it's harder to put your foot down, or like be seen or be heard when you're smaller. Like you kind of get intimidated. People said you can show your feelings on OnlyFans. It's OnlyFans thing. But yeah, I'm glad you can kind of relate to that. It's just, it's like a confidence thing. But you're kind of proof that you don't need to be a big guy to be confident. So I feel like if men are having issues with confidence, I think that's definitely not the core issue. I think there's a lot to be worked on there.
That's a good point. I know I'm probably missing some good comments, guys, but I like to try to be engaged with our man here. So, but listen, man, I appreciate you coming on, sharing that deactivation and what happened and being transparent with it. I think we need, I think it's funny because all these glitch mobsters, right? The glitch mob was like, they were very mad that we didn't talk about this or that. But like, I do think being transparent is important. I think you came out making a video was good. I think it's, people would want to know. If you just stop making videos altogether, people would be a little weird about it, right? So I appreciated how you took ownership of it. You're like, hey, I kind of knew this was going to happen. It is what it is. It sucks, but I knew what I was doing was against TOS. I think those were your exact words. And I think a lot of us have to think about that. I think we have to look at what's in the TOS, because I would say, my opinion is, all of you, most of you, 99.9%, maybe there's one perfect DoorDash driver out there, has broken the TOS at some point. So I think when we talk about deactivations and these things, I think most of us have done something. It's just whether or not you get caught. That's how I look at it. What do you say to that?
I mean, I agree. Even a speeding ticket could get you deactivated. I've heard of that, where if you have, something on your record that even you could get into DoorDash having a speeding ticket or a car accident in your record, and then a year or two later they can say, oh, never mind, and then you get deactivated. So, I mean, even stuff like that. I mean, I agree. I think that small thing, people do small things all the time that could get them in trouble. Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. Is there anything else you'd like to share, or you got a question for me? The DoorDash Jesus, as you call me, DoorDash Jesus, like, anything else you got on your mind?
I mean, I guess I could ask you this, because I know you talked about kind of like you having an issue with doing daily DoorDash content and being kind of burnt out. So if you, do you plan on making sort of other kind of content as well, or like in addition to the gig content maybe? Or I'm kind of interested in what you're going to do.
Yeah, I've been dropping little things here and there. Over the last month, there's been several times I haven't made a video, so I'm not on that daily thing anymore. I'm just not. I might do a short, but those are really easy. But as long as like the longer form content, daily stuff, I'm probably not going to be committed to doing something every single day, only because I don't feel the need anymore. And there might be weeks where I make something every day, and there might be a whole week where I do DoorDash content or Instacart or report on something. But I'd like to get more into just talking about the mental aspect and the motivational side of side hustles and making money and the issues that people face when they come into this versus just doing ride-alongs. Like, I don't really do the ride-along stuff like I used to. But it's hard to segue because you have a core audience, as you know, because you've tried this, right? You have a core audience that comes for DoorDash, or they come for the relatability of the niche that they decided to watch you for and subscribe. Or even if they're not subscribed, right, they're still a viewer. We have a lot of those, right? So it's hard to just leave them at the wayside. And it's also, we have to, as me as a content creator, I realize new people come to Google or YouTube as a search engine to find DoorDash information. So there's always this influx of like, okay, 100 people this month don't watch me anymore, but I got a new 100 because, those 100 people don't do DoorDash anymore. There's no interest, or they just don't like me, but then there's still a brand new 100 or 1,000 or whatever that number is. So I'm in a weird spot, Nuggs, because like I enjoy making the content because I'm still doing it and I can make money doing it, but it's not as enjoyable as it was a year ago or 2 years ago because, you just start to get the burnout. But for me, eventually it's going to be, you said, and I appreciate you saying this, Pedro, I appreciate that you speak well. You don't have to do any takes, you don't fumble your words. You're a good speaker. And I feel like I am sometimes. And I feel like that's my calling. I want to help motivate and inspire. And I think I can do more for people by being an inspiration and showing them I can do this with just a phone, and I bet on myself. And now I got this channel and I'm going to do this. I want to do these conferences. So it's a slow build to something really big for me. I got really high goals, but I can't leave the YouTube DoorDash content altogether yet because I'm just not there, if that makes sense.
Right. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I think that's really good. And you do everything from your phone, don't you? Like even the recording and everything?
Everything, correct? Man. Everything.
That's crazy.
Everything is from this phone right here. And even right now, the one camera's busted on it. But everything I do is with that device. And I stream with the laptop, but I'm going to get a new camera for that. Everything's with the phone. That's the only way you can make daily content. If I made the well-edited videos like you and Hannibal and some of the others, I couldn't do a video every day because I would literally come home and I'd have to edit for 4 or 5 hours. I just can't invest that much time into the video making process. So for me, the phone just works. I use iMovie to edit. It's very, very, very easy. So
yeah, I think that's crazy. I mean, I think that's good though. I think that should show a lot of people, because a lot of people are like, oh, I need all this fancy equipment or whatever. You really just need your phone if you want to get started.
That's all you need. Is that a pizza behind you? Yeah, I gotta zoom in. Is that a pizza?
Yes, sir. I got pizza. Hey, let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
Wait, not this one, not this one. Okay, so this right.
Donuts.
So what's your favorite? Well, yeah, what's your favorite donut on here? We got a Fruity Pebble one. We got I think that's a Boston cream.
I don't like the donuts that are really crazy. I like a cake donut or like a sour cream donut.
Ooh, sour cream, dude. What the hell is wrong?
You never had like a good sour cream glazed donut at Krispy Kreme's is fire, man. What are you talking about?
Dude, you just gotta go with the original glaze. That's what's up. I've never tried the sour.
Original glaze are good. I don't like the one right there where it looks like it's got Fruity Pebbles or cinnamon cream. That's too much going on for me in a donut. I just can't do all that, man. I can't do all that.
Yeah,
I can't. Let me see
if
there's any
Boston cream are fire. Yeah,
Boston cream's okay. I don't like that's. I don't know. They're okay. Let's see if we got some questions in here. You guys got Nuggs up on the chat. Let's give them another 5 or 10 minutes. Let's see, I love sour cream.
I'll answer anything. I don't care. You ask me fucking anything, I'll answer it.
Let's go. This could be fun. Let's go, guys. I'm gonna stay in the chat.
Someone asked, was that a gay party pic?
Was that a gay party pic? I don't know. Bring that picture.
Yeah. Hold on. This one right here. I'm turning it back.
Okay, hold on. There's no like dip. Okay.
No. There's no.
Are they
dick.
naked?
No. They're in thongs.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
All right, hold on. I gotta.
Somebody's really excited right now. All right, let me see if you got any questions in here.
Nuggs, why have you not proposed to Kayla yet?
Ooh, let me put that up. You said you'd answer any questions, so you can't run and hide now. Okay. So you said you'd answer any questions. So
okay. So marriage is a big commitment. Now I'm not saying I'm not committed to my woman, but when you live in an apartment complex and you're broke and you get deactivated from DoorDash, okay. There's a lot of things
hold on, those are excuses.
I know. She's probably watching right now thinking, why isn't he proposing?
Yeah. I mean, listen, age is relative. You guys are young, but people get married at 20. My mom got married at 19 and my dad. So, I just, when you're ready, you're ready. And marriage isn't for everybody either, right? So it might be for Welty. I know Welty's married. And they're a younger couple, so shout out to them. That's fantastic. But everybody has different ways of looking at things. But good question. I like that question. Somebody asked Nuggs, when are you going to have a gaming channel? What's up? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I thought about it, but I don't know how many people would watch just because of the demographic of DoorDash isn't necessarily the people who are playing video games.
Mm-hmm. Dasher Ben says Nuggs did propose to Kayla. Uh-oh. Did she say no, Nuggs? Is that what happened? Did she break your heart?
You don't know shit, bro. You don't know shit.
Kayla's a heartbreaker. She broke your heart. You can admit it. It's fine.
Okay. Maybe a little bit, yeah. Maybe I'm just coping, guys. If she's in chat right now, maybe she could say something.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Why aren't drop-off pictures being shown in DoorDash app? I don't know. I feel like that's my security. I have no idea. Gator Tail. Is your dream car still Tesla? Are you still trying to get one? Says Space Kook comments. Yeah, is your dream car still a Tesla?
Yeah, of course. That is my dream car. I'm in no position right now to buy a Tesla. Even when I was doing the Tesla video, that's kind of why I canned it, because it just wouldn't work. How do you get out of a sexless relationship? I'm going to let you answer that one, Pedro. You can
hold on. You're going to let me answer that one? Okay.
How do you answer
that? Hold up. But no, you're assuming. Hold on, I got to find it. How do I get out of a sexless relationship? Hold on. Is that it right there? How do you get out of a sex? So you're assuming I have a sexless relationship.
Well, maybe at some point in your old age, you've been in a sexless relationship.
Now you're calling me old. Right, okay, hold on. Respect your father, okay, young man. All right, hold on. Okay. How do you get out of sexless? When you stop,
do not get married.
When you stop having, some people think that when you stop having sex, it's gonna hurt your relationship. It just is. Point blank. Period. Right. I think it's very important to be communicative in the things that you like and don't like, and it's very important to try to keep things, spicy when you can. Now, I haven't always been able to do that all the time. It's something you have to work on. That's the serious way I can answer that. So
maybe bring a few gay men into the bedroom. That might help a little bit.
That might be for you. It's not for me. 2023, do what you want. It's all good. Not for me though. Okay, not for me. Let's see if we got any other good questions in here. Let's see. By not getting into a Matt Dog says by not getting into a sexless relationship. Yeah. Easy, she already left mentally. Okay. Has anyone seen the new bonuses where it does 5? Nope, I have not. Do you and Kayla want kids? Ooh, that's a good question. Gianna says, do you and Kayla want kids?
I think we do. Definitely not in a financial position, though. Too many people have kids when they cannot afford to have kids.
This is true. I will say this, though. You're never really ready to have kids because you could be a millionaire. And if you're a shitty person and you guys don't like each other, that kid's going to be fucked either way. And you could be somebody that's poor, but if you have a loving house and you're on the same page, that kid can grow up and thrive. So money to me, I think is important when you bring a child in the world, clearly, but it's not like a deal breaker in my opinion, right? I think especially as a man, as a father, I think we tend to figure things out, like you put yourself in a position, I got to do this. All right, now I got another mouth to feed. All right. And sometimes it can motivate you to actually earn more money. So that's how I look at that. Good question though. Let's see. Facts. You'll never be ready. Swingers have it figured out, says Mad Dog. Okay. Mad Dog's a swinger. I love it. Okay. Let's see. Bro, why are you all up in his man's business? Says Shoes Code. Hey, he said he'll answer any questions.
I did say any question. I should have specified.
Yeah. You should have. Savvy Shopper delivers. How are you, Holly? Nice to see you here. Hector Mello says, ask Nuggs if he would do rideshare because I can see him do even better content with rideshare than the food delivery apps. Ooh, would Nuggs do rideshare? How do you answer that?
Yeah, I think I would try it. I've been kind of back and forth about it just because where the rideshare would be popular isn't exactly a super nice area. Dayton isn't the nicest area, but but I don't know. I think it would make for a good video, but probably not. I wouldn't do it seriously, I think, for a long period of time.
Oh, it would definitely make for a good video, but I don't know if I don't know if you'd like it. Especially in the area you're in, I think you'd be nervous. Don't you think you'd be nervous?
Dude, I'm awkward as shit too. We'd be sitting in there silence in that car.
That's what I'm saying. I think you'd just be driving like this. You wouldn't even really be talking to people. So I don't know if you do. I think the video would be fire if something happened to see you react. But I don't think you would like doing rideshare as a way to make money. You know what I'm saying?
I think you would kill it, dude. You would do awesome with rideshare.
Oh, I've done it. I started. Yeah. With rideshare. I love rideshare, man. I like meeting people. I usually, I like it. Hey, Nuggs, what happened with your Turo side hustle, says Javier. Hey, Nuggs, what happened with your Turo side hustle? Yeah, what happened with that?
I still own both the cars, but I stopped doing it just because they basically let anybody on the platform. And I had in the 10, 15 customers that I had, multiple customers would get a car and then they would have somebody else actually drive the car and all sorts of issues. Because if they get into an accident, it's very, very, very time consuming to try to work that out with insurance and for $30 to $40 a day. And then with, maintenance and stuff, it's just not worth it. Maybe if you had a fleet with multiple cheap cars, that's the only way I could see it working. But I don't do Turo anymore. Fuck that.
I've rented 2 cars from Turo this summer. And the experience from the customer aspect was really awesome. It was great. Mm-hmm. Both 2 different people. They were great. Very easy. Can be cost effective, I think, compared to other Enterprises or Hertz or whatever. I like the experience. I thought about getting a car and trying it, but then I did some research. And to your point, if you got a fleet, I think it could be a nice little hustle. But if you got one car, it could be a lot for maybe not a big return on investment. Yeah, that's how I looked at it and some of the research that I did. But yeah, I remember you did that and you did that video and you were following somebody. You thought somebody did a drug run to Detroit.
Oh yeah, they did, dude. They did. You could see there was bringing drugs in my car.
Yeah, you could see what neighborhood they were in and that was pretty wild. That was wild. Let's see, Nuggs, you play PlayStation. So Nuggs, You play PlayStation? If so, what's your gamer tag? Are you a gamer, Nuggs?
I'm a bit of a gamer. I'm nothing crazy, but I don't play. I don't play console, PlayStation, any of that. I'm a PC master race.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay. What game? What games do you play?
Well, right now, since I don't have a lot of time,
Mm-hmm.
I mostly just play Overwatch, Overwatch 2. I'm sure some of you have
I've heard of that.
It's a shooter game, yeah.
Okay.
That shit, I love getting drunk and playing that and getting really toxic and talking in voice chat with a bunch of people. It's so fun.
I mean, I've heard like I'm not a gamer. I've played video games, but I'm not a gamer at all. Not my thing. I'm not really good at it. I don't get it. But like I hear these stories, people playing games like overline, like more PC, and you get these little kids talking shit, and like they get wild and crazy. Like, have you been a part of that? Where like you can tell they're like a 13-year-old boy and they're just like talking reckless, like.
Oh yeah, people get racist and say the worst things they can, and we just scream at each other, and it's just a fun time, just dudes being dudes, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, people get crazy, super toxic. It's so funny.
I didn't dye my beard. Some people think I dye my beard. I just have grays. It's fine, guys. It's okay.
He's just getting old, guys. It's no worries.
Just getting old, man. All right. I had to bring the young whippersnapper Nuggs on the show just to keep me relevant. Okay. I'm an old man. All right. It is what it is. So.
Someone said Nuggs told me he fucked my mom one time. Yeah, I did. I actually remember 12 o'clock one. I did say that about his mom.
Did you really? Oh, that's awesome. Wow. I mean, it was probably warranted, I would imagine.
Yeah, she wanted it. So.
She wanted it. Yeah. Was she hot?
No, I had to put a bag over her head, actually.
Isn't that the worst? And let me ask you, what kind of bag are you getting? Are you getting a paper bag? Is it plastic? Is it branded? Is it Aldi, Trader Joe's? What bag are you using?
I'm getting an Aldi bag because that's all that bitch is worth is a few bucks. Putting the paper Aldi bag over.
Oh, Lord. Nuggs. Listen, if y'all don't know Nuggs is a savage. This is usually a family-friendly show, but I like the energy. I like it.
Yeah, sorry. I probably should have asked if...
No. Listen, I'm not monetized right now. It's okay. We're not saying anything that's, going to get me in trouble. We're fine.
Okay. Next Sunday, though, maybe.
Oh, we'll see. Kolaya says, Pedro, it looks darker on the live here than you works. It's because the lighting here is different. That's why I think you guys think I shaved my beard or dye my beard. I'm not going to dye my beard, guys. Listen, Madison likes the salt and pepper grays. Okay, she's got a dad complex. It's okay, guys. Okay. Let's see if we got any other questions here before we round it up. Put the quarter in. Oh, Lord. Okay, some of y'all are crazy. All right, Bobby's in the house. What's up? I see Red. What up? Cray Nuggs, 24-hour shift. Pedro is a Gen Xer, but looks like one of the guys at Woodstock watching the Grateful Dead. I wish. Thank you for the compliment. El Samurai says, what was the craziest order you've ever done at Nuggs? Okay, this would be a good little way to round it out. Let's round it out with a DoorDash question. What's the craziest order you can remember and why?
That's a tough one. That's tough. There's so many.
You can give me one or two.
I mean, I know I can't think of anything crazy. I mean, I've opened the door and people are like in their underwear and they got their meat half out. Seen that before.
Crazy. That's crazy. That's nuts.
Men
like
and
they got like a testicle just hanging out of the tidy whitey, like
yeah, like down to their pubes and stuff. I'm like, dude, you need to pull up your underwear. It's broad daylight, but I don't know. I can't think of anything too crazy. What about you? Any insane stories?
I mean, I've had some with rideshare. Let me get this off here. I've had some with rideshare, some crazy situations. Picking up drunk people fighting in the back. I had a girl got in the front seat with me and wanted to like have a good time. As far as deliveries, I mean, yeah, I had the one guy that had the gun. He had a gun in his hand as I was walking up the steps. That was a little weird. I wasn't scared, but it was just like this guy had no shirt on, gun in his hand, standing in between like his doorway and the apartment complex like front area. And I didn't know what temperament, what mood this guy was in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not something you wrote when you want to deliver a Chipotle order. You think a guy's going to be standing there with no shirt and a gun. Now, if this dude was closed and he had like a gun on his hip and it was holstered, that's like normal. I see that in St. Louis all the time, right? But like when you go on delivery and the dude's got no shirt, he looks a little weird, like he's been sweating. He's got a gun in his hand. Like, that's a little weird. You know what I'm saying? So
I would say that's
one
more than a
that
little weird. I would say
Yeah.
you're conditioned to think that's kind of weird, but if
Yeah.
I saw that, dude, I'd probably never.
You're probably right.
DoorDash again.
Listen, growing up in Chicago, you see a lot of stupid shit, right? So probably conditioned to not think it's as big of a deal, but it was more like I just like turn around and got the hell out of there because I don't know. This guy is he mad? Is he upset? He was at the address I was supposed to go to, but the order on the Chipotle bag was for a woman. So I'm thinking like, all right, I don't like this situation, so I'm out of here. But yeah,
You're just built different, man. You're just built. You can take that.
yeah, man.
You would have had a gun duel off with that guy, and you would have won.
No, I don't have firearms. Listen, I just use my mitts, bro. Listen, use my mitts. But he had a gun, so I can't. The mitts can't fight a gun. You know what I'm saying? So
well, if you were good enough, I feel like you could.
Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on and sharing an hour and 10 minutes with me, man. This was fantastic. First time on the show. Hopefully won't be the last. And I'm really looking forward to see what you're going to be doing with that other channel and even your other one. But the other one, I think, I'm going to be watching from afar, man. And
right,
I'm really looking forward to you taking over whatever niche you're going to step into, brother.
I appreciate that, man, and thanks for having me. I mean, like I said, first time that we've been, talking on your stream, but I appreciate it, and you giving that time, and so
absolutely free Nuggs. I don't think he wants to be free, but free Nuggs. #free Nuggs in the chat.
You can put that in there.
Put him in there. All right, man. Talk to you later.
Yep. See ya.
All right, the man, the myth, the legend, the exclusive interview with Mr. Nuggs. All right, you only get that here on the best, most watched, most liked live stream in the gig economy. Great time. Appreciate Nuggs for being transparent. We had a little fun there. I'm sure you guys might have had some questions that some of us that I might have missed and stuff like that. But always good to check in with him. I think he's obviously going to be doing some great things over there and on his other channel. So, and like he said in his video, the other channel, only go over and subscribe to it if that's the kind of content that you like. Because as content creators, when you subscribe to a channel and then you don't watch, it's not good, right? So if you're interested, go check out the 4 videos he has. And if you like that kind of stuff, right, it won't be for everybody. And he knows that, right? Especially if you're coming from the gig economy, right? Go give him a sub. And if you don't like it, don't like it. Or don't sub. It's all good. I think he's going to be fine either way. So what do you guys think about that interview? Let's see. Guy who wears their guns in their pants figures it's safer to accidentally blow their nose. Yeah. Steve, what's up? Let's see. I had one try to solicit sex from me and was bugging me after I pulled into my driveway. I had to call DoorDash to get him to quit. That's crazy, Tammy. That's nuts. Guys are creepy. Pedro, when's your birthday? My birthday is in November. I am a Scorpio. I think you mailed it in with the softball questions. I think you mailed it in with the softball. This wasn't supposed to be some hard-hitting expose, guys. Nuggs explained what happened on his video. I just clarified some of the things. I don't think there was any hard-hitting questions to ask, but I appreciate you saying that. He's very humorous, isn't he? What's the second channel? I believe it's called. Oh, I forgot to put that in there. I believe it's called Isaac Kearns. ISAACCKEARNS, I believe. Somebody can put it in chat if you're willing, but I believe that's what his channel is. But if you go to his main channel, he talks about it, and I think there's somewhere you could find it. Isaac Kearns, yeah, there you go. Thank you, with a K, yes. Yes. Thank you, Gig Wars officials. Real Talk Roy. So, who do you think will be the next gig tuber to come out and admit they cheating the system? I have no idea, Roy. I don't think there's going to be a lot of that. I think this is going to die down very soon. But I definitely wanted to have Nuggs on. Never had him on. When I saw he was deactivated, I said, let's see if he wants to come on. We can make for a good conversation. So, Pedro, it was a long overdue, great interview with Nuggs. Thank you, Mr. J. Appreciate that. Nuggs doesn't make himself available a lot, so I'm really humbled and honored that he came on the show tonight. What about those Dolphins? Yeah, that was crazy. 70 points. I think that was the second or third most points ever scored. I believe the Bears scored 73 back in the 60s. That's what I think. In like a NFC Championship game or something like that. I think 73 is the record. I think this is only the third or fourth time a team ever scored 70. You see it in college. You don't see it in NFL that often. Absolutely amazing. Dolphins are the best team in football right now. It's not even close. Pedro, will you automatically get money from YouTube in October 1, or will you have to appeal? Oh, you could. I'm not appealing. I'm reapplying October 1st, and then I'll share with you guys the process when it gets to that point. So I should get the money that I was supposed to get in June, which is a lot of money. I should get it in November 21st. That's my expectation, but I'm not really sure yet. It's been either way. It's okay. I'm not going to I don't feel sorry for myself. Like, you figure things out, and I figured things out, still making content for you guys, and everything's been fine. So second most, if they would have taken the field goal, they would have broken the record. Got it. The Chiefs are the true son. Yeah, Chiefs are pretty good. CH says Pedro is a clown for real. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Appreciate you being here. They were playing Denver Denver's trash. I said it on the other channel, the Pedro and Hannibal podcast. Go check it out. Russell Wilson is going to be benched by week 7, and they're 0-3. They're going to lose the next 2 games, and maybe they'll be 1-6 or something like that. And Russell Wilson, and he's making a lot of money, but there's no way they can keep. No, it's happening. Dolphins. Watch it, fool, says Craig. Thanks, Pedro. Thanks, Nuggs. Hope to one day reach your levels. The Dashing Felon. What up, man? How are you? I want to share a story with you guys. I'm not done yet. So hold up. Let me take this off. I don't need that anymore, right? Man, so y'all know I don't work the weekends. And we took Ruby to Disney on Ice. It was Encanto and Frozen. It was fantastic. I mean, these people put on a fantastic show. Ruby was there, and she engaged and liking the whole thing and having fun. And it was a really, really, really fun time. And I'm coming out because that person, I think his name was Christian. I'm really bad with names. Maybe he's watching now. I don't know. If you are, let me know. Coming out, we're going to the garage, and a guy walks up to me, Pedro, what's up, man? And starts walking towards me and telling me how during the pandemic, I helped him and other YouTubers, right? Helped him navigate through the pandemic, the gig apps, and stay motivated and make money, and it was entertaining. And he seemed really like surprised and kind of he seemed like he like was excited to see me and meet me and shake my hand. And we dapped each other up. And I always like meeting people. It gives me, whenever I feel bored or like I feel like I'm not doing enough, or I feel like this content is stale, you realize like there's a other person on the other side of that video you're making. And while some people might not like you and they might not agree with you and they hate watch, most people that watch you, I'm talking to all content creators, they enjoy you for some particular reason. They're getting something of value from you. And I felt that last night when I met him. And we talked for a couple minutes. And it just, when I meet people like that, it puts things in perspective. And I always like it. So if you're watching, I think his name was Christian. I feel horrible. It just happened so quick, but appreciate you. That meant a lot to me, those kind words you shared with me and my family. And just meeting drivers and having them tell you, hey, man, you really helped me, or hey, I think you're funny, or I like your information. I meet people every day. Every single day I do DoorDash, or I wasn't even DoorDashing yesterday. I meet people every day. And it's nice because you get to understand that the things that you're doing is not for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Bud Soda, Eagles rule, no orders tonight, Pedro, says Jersey Man. Probably not. No. Yeah, man, it does a lot when you run into people, yeah, it's nice. It's nice. No time for football on Sunday. Those are money days. Plus, my team sucks, so it makes it easier, says James. Look at these people jumping on a bandwagon with Miami. Yeah, I mean, they're the best team right now. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but they're the best team. I don't think that's something crazy. On a positive note, the Bears might win against Broncos. Yeah, David, we might. Man, Bears are the worst team right now. How about them Bears? Hey, Bobby, thanks, man. Yeah, appreciate that. Y'all are crazy. Go Browns. Yeah, so great interview with Nuggs. Appreciate you guys for watching and being in here tonight. We obviously, this week, I'll give you guys a rundown of what's going to be happening and what's going on. And I do have one other topic. Don't go anywhere yet. We're not done. There's one other thing I want to speak on. I think some of you guys might like. It's a little saucy. So obviously, I'm going to work a little bit tomorrow, a little Tuesday. I'm going to be in New York, Brooklyn, in the house on Wednesday and Thursday. Happy birthday to my man Hannibal. Today's his birthday. He's 39 today. Happy birthday and Hannibal in the chat. Put some emojis up. And we're going to the Wu-Tang, De La Soul, and Nas concert on Wednesday night in the Barclays Center. And I'm super excited. And then I'll be there Thursday through the afternoon, hopefully meeting a few other people. So yeah, I'll be in Brooklyn and in NY. So if you happen to be by the Barclays Center, come say what's up, right? And then in the first week of November, Mr.BetonYou will be in Cleveland with the Moves Collective team. The whole team is going to Cleveland, and I'm going to be with them. We're going to be meeting drivers. We got some things planned, some meetups, some happy hours, some video content that will be made. We'll be out in the streets, meeting people in parking lots and restaurants, doing some gig work, and in Cleveland. This is going to be the first time Moves is kind of doing something like this. They're very excited. I'm very excited to be an honor to be going with them. So I'll be in Cleveland as well. So if you're in the Cleveland area or the greater Cleveland area, email me. I'm going to put my email up. I've connected with 3 people already. One that is an up-and-coming content creator, and the other 2 that are drivers. Really looking forward to meeting up with them. But I'm going to put my email up. I want you to email me. This is the first week of November. So we're talking. Where's my email at? There it is. We're talking November, basically November 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. So it's a Monday through a Thursday. Okay. November 6th through the 9th. I'll be there till the 10th myself. So November 6th through the 10th. If you're in the Cleveland, Ohio area, email me. Okay. We can exchange information. I can share with you where these meetups are going to be, what we're going to be doing, how you can be a part of that, how you can have your voice heard, how you can get a chance to be a part of something very interesting and unique. So if you're in the Cleveland area or close by, I want you to email that email right there and let me know that you want to connect and how you want to connect and what time. And I can then share with you personally the information, and then I'll share it broadly as well on YouTube as the time becomes a little bit closer. So tomorrow, on the Pedro and Hannibal podcast, we have that channel about to be monetized. We're going through that process right now. We met all the criteria, so thank you for all the people that have checked that out. Pedro and Hannibal podcast, we're going to be talking about, I'm going to put it in the chat actually right now. I'm going to put a link to that real quick. And we talk about, I'm going to tell you what we got to talk about over there. Hold on. If you're here, you probably heard me talk about it already, but maybe some of you guys have not. I'm going to share this link if you want to come check out the channel. Okay, copied. So here it is. I'll pin it up at the top. Paste, boom. And let's go ahead and pin that if I can. Nope, not that. There we go. So the Pedro and Hannibal podcast, we talk about hip hop, sports, fatherhood, relationships, hot topics, culture. We talk about locales, haters and trolls. And tomorrow's show is going to be a haters and trolls show. Okay. Because every community has them. But not all people that disagree with you are a hater and a troll. There have been times, I can admit, and this was more early in my YouTube career, where I would see a comment and I just didn't like how it was worded. Or when you read a comment, it's like reading a text message. You take it out of context sometimes, right? And you think they're hating or being a troll, but maybe it's just a question, or maybe it's a difference of opinion, right? So we're going to be talking about haters and trolls, how to deal with them, why it's such a fascination on the internet. We have them in this community, obviously, and typically they only last as long as you give them attention. Now, I've had many people that have come at me crazy, and I'll give them some attention, and then I stop. For the most part, I'll just stop, and then they do tend to go away because they feed off of what you feed them, right? They want to give you something, and if you bite, you're going to give them something, and then they got something to eat, and then they get energy, and then they keep going around, right? But I will say this: most haters or trolls, or I like haters more, because you have to understand, when a person takes the time out to put a comment and to do all these crazy things, or to email you this crazy stuff. I've had people, when we were doing GigCon and various other things in the last 2 months, I've had several emails from fake email accounts, because I'll respond and it says the email no longer exists or there's an issue. And they've sent some outlandish things, crazy stuff. it's wild. But some people say, hey, you're not really doing anything good unless you got some haters. So you need them. We need the haters. We need the trolls, right? But sometimes you have to know there's a difference between somebody hating and trolling and somebody that just has a difference of opinion, or maybe they know something you don't know and they want to share that with you. But when they're typing it in a comment or in an email, it might come, the way you read it might come across as being negative, but it doesn't necessarily have to be negative, right? So anyways, I just wanted to mention that because we're going to be talking about some of that stuff in tomorrow's Pedro and Hannibal podcast. Go check out and support that channel if you're interested in those topics: hip hop, sports, music, culture, lifestyle, relationships, men, women, hot topics, and locales. If you don't know what a locale is, let me type it in the chat for you guys. A locale, I want you to Google this: LOLCOW. Okay, so that right there, we talk about locales, and there are some locales within this community, and we bag on them over there because they deserve it. So if you like that kind of saucy material, we hold no punches. We talk about individuals that are, listen, I'll say it, what I consider to be just weak. We have a good time over there. So, but if you want if you want to go down a rabbit hole, look up locale, LOLCOW, locale, right? Look that up on Google or something, and you will see some of the cringiest things you've ever seen. And it's almost like you can't stop watching. So we talk about that stuff over there as well. All right, before I end the show, see if we got anything else that you guys have on your mind. Are you balding? I don't know. Am I? I don't think so. I got a pretty good set of hair. I mean, eventually, my dad's got a full set, so I think I'll be okay. If I go bald, I go bald. I'm not going to be somebody wearing a toupee or doing Rogaine, or no. It's all natural. Bro is receding. Bro conditioned his hair today. Who's this? Who are these people? Some people need to learn to express their opinions without disrespecting. Javier, that's a good point. Is that herbal essence? No. Qualia, it can get a trip over there, y'all. Come out and check it out. Yes, Qualia's been rocking with us. Qualia is one of my favorite people. Okay. We've met, awesome human being, love her energy. She's been supporting our channel faithfully with some other people since day one, so she can vouch for us over there. We get a little crazy. What up, Nova? What's up, brother? Man, y'all took a tough one today, but your team's looking way better than mine, man. Whew. Your quarterbacks look way better than mine too, man. It's tough. We got to talk soon. Did I hear you right on a short that Toledo was added on the solo app? Yes, Toledo was added on the solo app. The trolls are out. Yeah, they're out. I don't have subscriber only mode. Everybody can come in and chat, so it's all good. How about them Cowgirls? Yeah, they died. They lost today. I did not see that coming. Arizona almost beat Giants last week. Arizona's rolling. Joshua Dobbs is playing better than Justin Fields. The NFL right now, with all the injuries, the quarterback play being all over the place, the NFL is so weird right now. It's such in a weird spot. Pedro, new president for the hair club for men. Pedro, you good, man? You know, here going bald. Yeah, I know them Cowboys. Yeah, crazy. And don't forget their sorry ass Giants. Oh my God. 70 points. Yeah, man. Russell Wilson's getting benched by week 7. I said that before the beginning of the year. Russell Wilson will either get benched by Sean Payton, or there will be some kind of injury that's not really an injury, and somebody else will be quarterbacking in that team, because they're going to be either 0-7 or 1-6. I said it before the football season started, and I stand by that right now. 49ers look tough too. 49ers and Dolphins would be crazy. That defense going up against that offense. I think it's going to be the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to go to another Super Bowl. I do believe that. Gig Wars official. Thank you. I saw you. Yes, I'm looking forward to see what. I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference. I think situationally it might. And I was just taking orders I was going to take anyway. And I've been doing more Instacart. So naturally the points just go up. So it worked out for me. So thank you. Are you going to have how to deal with the trolls 101? Maybe I should. That might not be a bad video to do. I might do that video. We'll see. A lot can listen. I'm going to be transparent with you guys because you guys have done a lot for me. October 1st, that first week of October is a big day for this channel. I don't know how I'll react if things don't go the way I think they should. I've done everything I needed to do to get back to monetization and get things back on normal for everything. But I'll tell you what, if something crazy, I don't know, it's going to be interesting, but I'm not going anywhere. But this might, what do you call it? catapult me to really start doing things I really want to start doing if it doesn't go a certain way. But it should, because I'm dotting my I's and cross my T's. So, but if you're in Cleveland, Ohio, email me right there. If you're in Cleveland or greater Cleveland area, the November 6th through the 10th, I'll be in Cleveland, Ohio. I'll be in Brooklyn, New York with my man Hannibal this Wednesday and Thursday. So if you're in Brooklyn, email me as well. I like to meet the people. So we'll be out there at the concert, Nas, De La Soul, and Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah, trolls, haters, anybody that's got an issue, come meet me. I'll give you a hug. And if you don't want a hug, I got them hands. It's all good. Let's see. Anybody else? Barbara, Pedro, I hope the universe is being kind to you and your family. Barbara, we're blessed. We're good. I'm a lucky man. But I also work really hard to make sure we're good. So how do you tackle taxes through the year? Is it true we pay more as drivers? Samantha, it depends on your situation. Track your mileage. You can do itemized or you can do standard. I think the standard is going to be best for most gig economy drivers. There are a lot of tax breaks and benefits out there. Do your homework, do your research. Flex has that Barclay popping. Trolls are much like hecklers for street performers. Just embarrass them. Oh yes, Todd. That's a great way of looking at it. If you're a comedian at a comedy club, you got a crazy heckler, make them a part of the show and embarrass them. I've done that here. I've done a couple of lives where I've brought up the clowns and they never can compete with me. None of them. And then they'll go make their own little videos and say certain things. They can't. There's levels to life. There just is. And anybody that thinks everybody's just the same and everybody's this and everybody should be the same and everybody should get the same. Nah, I do not believe that. I think people should be rewarded for hard work, for intelligence, for taking risks and chances. And I think typically the weaker individuals don't like people that have any measure of what they think is success. I don't think I'm a very successful man. I'm a happy man. There's a difference. But yeah, that's how I look at that. I'll see if I can come to Cleveland. You got my number. You can just call me, man. I'm asking honest questions. They must be answered. Did I miss a question? Pedro, do you make more on YouTube than DoorDash? Honest question. I don't make anything on YouTube right now. But yes, the answer to that is yes. I make more every month on YouTube than I do in the gig economy. Right now, I'm working a little more gig economy because I don't have that. But we do have other things. But yeah, I do. Yeah. And I'm proud to say that. 100%. 100% proud to say that. But I'm still working out here though. Like y'all think sometimes like us content creators don't work. I work, guys. I work 5 days a week. For a little while, I was working like 4, maybe 3.5, 4.5. But I'm out here grinding. I'm out here hustling. How many deliveries did I do? I did 61 deliveries this week on DoorDash. Made $653. And then I made 5 something on Instacart. I'm out here. I don't work the weekends, but I'm out here. He's saying he pays taxes under 41K, but made 76. Great Philly fans boosting Nicholas. Life would be boring if everyone were the same. Samantha, you are 100% right. Let me get this off the screen. Thanks for asking. You're welcome. Pedro's a YouTube celebrity. You know what? I met a fellow gig driver in let me get this off the screen. When I was doing more Instacart, I would see her at Costco. This was like last year, actually. Costco and Aldi. And I would see her and somebody wanted to take a picture with me. And she was in the same Aldi as me. And I'm talking to her. Somebody wanted to take a picture. I was like, yeah, you can take a picture. And she's like, Pedro, you're like a hood celebrity. Like if you live in neighborhoods, there's something called a hood celebrity where you're a celebrity in a hood or a neighborhood or your city. I feel like that sometimes, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not even famous on this. This is a small channel, but when I'm out in the world, I'm like a hood celebrity. It's fun. I like it. It's fun. That's an average of I'm averaging almost $11 per order on DoorDash right now, which is good. It's all because of Shop and Pays. I've been telling you all about it. I mean, my average on DoorDash for a while was like $8. It's up $3 on average, which is pretty good. So if you can make an extra $3 on average per order and you're working 5 days a week, that's more money. That's extra money. So, and you don't have to drive more for that. Grace Kelly, what up? Anytime you will be in Los Angeles. One, I will be in Los Angeles March 2024 for Herbivore. I'll be in California, downtown LA is where they usually host that event. I'll be there in March. That's when it was this year. They don't have a date yet, but I know I'm going. So I got some people to go see in California. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. You can't do both. It's either standard or automatic. Correct. You cannot do both. What I was saying is see which one's to more of your benefit. For most drivers, it's going to be standard deduction, the mileage deduction. Me and Red get profiled all pulled aside at the airport for extra screening, so we're semi-celebrities. Nah, Craig, y'all got profiled because you got that gangster appeal about you. On Av, what you make a month on YouTube with 50K subs. I don't have 50K. I have 60. I almost have 68,000 subscribers. But the sub count, this is what I'm going to tell you guys. Sub count isn't the most relevant thing on YouTube to make money. Okay. You could be a channel of 3,000 subscribers and make more money on YouTube with somebody with 50K subscribers. Now, 50K subscribers usually on an average will give you more views, but it's all about the views. Okay. It's all about the views. And there's a lot of different ways to get the views, okay? Like retention levels and how long are your videos, what niche are you in? There's a lot of factors. And then are you getting super chats, super stickers? Do you have memberships? Do you have affiliate links? There's 5 to 6 different ways you can make money on YouTube that I'm aware of, that I take advantage of. Merchandising. So the sub count can help you usually get more views because you have a larger community. But there are channels that and channels too, they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and I get more views than they do over the course of a week or a month, right? So there's a lot of different factors. The sub count isn't the main thing as far as how much money you're going to make. I know I didn't answer your question, but I answered your question with some information. What up, Christopher? What do you think a deep fried flaming hot Cheeto dusted pickle pizza would taste? Oh, I would try it, but I don't know how that would taste. I could so security was just jealous. I can live with that. Yeah, you can live with that. Actual expenses are for those who don't drive many miles. It depends. Yeah, sub count doesn't matter. View count does. Yes, that's 100%. That's what I was saying. Thoughts on Nuggs getting deactivated? Maurice, if you go back and start the video in about the 15-minute mark, the first 15 minutes, Nuggs is on for about a little over. I think he's on for like an hour and 5 minutes. So all that DoorDash deactivation content, we did an interview with him. He earns $39K with his deductions. He pays taxes on $41K. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that is good. If I emailed you, would you help me walk through creating a YouTube channel for making street magic videos? Todd, I don't know. I've been tinkering with the option of making some content and having options where I can help people in a specialized way with some YouTube stuff, but I haven't decided yet. That's something that I'd have to be paid for if I'm going to do it. It takes a lot of time and effort. I have had some videos. If you search my name in like YouTube or like channel, you'll see some videos where I've talked about some YouTube stuff, but I hate that nobody in this community likes me, says Sam Lee. Is that the real Sam Lee? Sounds great. Just now seeing your live. Got to rewind. Yeah. Rewind it. We had a really good interview. Nuggs was awesome. I got stuck watching the MTV Music Awards and swear I saw Hannibal in the audience. What? No. Hannibal's his birthday today. Shout out to Hannibal. Y'all are great. I think this is a good spot. You know what? Maybe we'll stay on for another 12 minutes. We'll make it a 2-hour stream. Yeah, we're going to stay on for a little bit more. Hit the thumbs up if you guys haven't hit the thumbs up yet. Do you have a link for your Patreon or membership? Jody, I started a Patreon. I haven't really done anything with it. I don't even want to give out that link. Yeah. And then when the channel gets back to monetize, the memberships will be back and things like that. And you guys can support in that way. If you do want to support, you can support with the PayPal Cash App, but that's not a big deal. But are you the new panel member on the Rodeo Roundtable? Peace. No, am I? I don't know. Am I? Watch and find out, I guess. I'll give Steve a little plug there. Yeah, Hannibal's birthday. Are you new? Sam, Sam does run his mouth. I swear I thought Shane and okay. Your gross pay is all wages combined. Yeah. Okay. Did I miss why the abrupt end last week? Oh, I just had some family things. I had to go upstairs. That's why. Thumbs up, had the live and Steelers game caught mode. Who won? Steelers or Raiders? Thoughts on the Swifties coming to the NFL? Yeah, Adam, I saw that game today, bro. That's crazy. I'm going to call this right now. Travis Kelce is a savage. But I think Taylor Swift is a savage. So I think it's going to be interesting. It's interesting. Travis Kelce's, big deal in the NFL, and Taylor Swift's a big deal in the entire world. So it's interesting. I saw her in the box with the Kelce mom. Like, well, yeah, interesting. Thumbs up and live and Steelers game. Oh, Steelers won. Okay, I'm not surprised. Travis Kelce is winning off the field. Yeah, he is. I think Taylor Swift is an attractive lady, attractive woman. She's not, but she's not like Travis Kelce. Like, he can get any type of shit. Like, but I think Taylor Swift is probably just like a nice person. She's a better person than she is good looking, in my opinion. That's my guess. I don't know her personally, but I think she's just like she's like a sweet, talented, very smart person. But I don't think she's like Travis Kelce can get dimes, right? But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Interesting. You better watch out, or she's gonna write a song about him. That's right? But he's winning. That's for sure, man. Taylor Swift is the type to keep your car if yeah. She's too petite. I need some meat on the girl. Yeah, I hear that. You don't have to take trash to get cash, says Greg Williams. She's not, she's kind of thin, but she's kind of tall, isn't she? I feel like she's like Taylor Swift's probably 5'9", 5'10". That'd be my guess. Yeah, that's funny. Usher listen. I saw that today. I'm surprised. I like Usher. I grew up on Usher, R&B. He's got some hits. He can dance. I'm surprised. I don't feel like Usher's a big enough name and relevant for the Super Bowl. If you think about the people they've had, Rihanna recently, Bruno Mars, who else have they had kind of recent? Beyonce, Justin Timberlake a few years back. Obviously, if you go back, they've had Michael Jackson and Prince, and I don't feel like Usher's up there. Am I missing something? I like Usher. I feel like the NFL, he's going to put on a great show, but I don't feel like he's a name that moves the needle. Katy Perry did it a little while ago. Has Taylor Swift done the Super Bowl? I would think that would be the person that should do it. I don't feel like Usher's that relevant. Maybe that's just me. What are y'all? Are y'all killing me in the comment? The Weeknd is more relevant than Usher. I don't think he's better, but he's more relevant currently, right? Shakira and J-Lo, yeah, those are bigger names than Usher. Usher is yes, in his own way. Usher is going to tear. I think he's going to tear it up. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just surprised. I don't think that's a big enough name. I think Usher's. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. He's going to do a great job, but. Sergio, what up? Shameless plug, Pedro, if you don't mind, for Tuesday with CEO. Yeah, Sergio, text me like a thumbnail or something I can put on a community post, and then I'll share that as well. But the Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and Chris on the Right Share guys is going to be having the CEO of Lyft on the show on Tuesday at 5 p.m. I think it's 5. Should have been Jay-Z. Nah, Red is right, Sam. Let me see. Snoop Dogg, yeah. Oh, no, the Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre was 2 years ago. Who was last year? Who was last year? Oh, last year was Rihanna. The year before that was Dr. Dre and all those guys, right? I did like to see Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga's way bigger than Usher, though. Lady Gaga's talented. I like Lady Gaga, actually. 50 Cent. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. So 5 o'clock my time. That's why I said 5. So 6 Eastern, guys. 3 p.m. Pacific. I'll share it on a community post on Tuesday, Sergio. I'm definitely going to be watching. I'll probably be out still working at that time. Usually I have you guys on in the background listening a little bit. So what up, Clyde? What up? Coldplay 1 year. Yeah. I don't like Coldplay. Bring Janet back to the NFL challenge. Yeah. That's what's up. Bro, Dash and Felon out here actually making content, bro. G. Nova Hustle says Usher seems like someone who would open the Super Bowl for. That's what I'm saying, Nova. I like Usher a lot. I don't feel like he has hits that a lot of people know. I don't know. I think it's weird to me. I was surprised that it was him. Like, I think he was probably their third or fourth option. And that's no hate on Usher. I'm just saying, like, like I like a lot of people, but I wouldn't expect them to be. I like Nas. I like Wu-Tang. I'm going to see him in New York in a couple of days, but they're not headline worthy. And Wu-Tang's a big, but not enough people know Wu-Tang. Maybe Wu-Tang's a bad example, but even still, they don't have hits that the whole world would know. Like they just that would like people would be super excited to see him. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we get like Foo Fighters? I think Foo Fighters would be an amazing. They would put on a fantastic show. I thought Bruno Mars did really good. I thought Lady Gaga did good. Of the more recent ones, obviously the Michael Jackson, Prince, ones back in the day. Yeah. Pedro, I'm jealous you're going to that concert. Oh, Cray, you have no idea. I'm excited. I got a whole outfit picked out. I don't buy myself clothes at all, but got me some new little fit. I'm ready, man. It's gonna be fantastic. Usher sells out Vegas shows and people know his songs. Yeah, Tiffany, good point. I know he has that residency there. But I think when you have a residency in Las Vegas, people go to the show because they want to go to a show. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? So I think he sells out for different reasons. And a lot of those tickets are comped. I don't know. I'm gonna watch. I'm an Usher fan, but I don't think I'm just surprised. I feel like I don't know. I'm just surprised. Beyonce was a good halftime. I don't remember the Beyonce that much. Lose yourself in the DoorDash hype name. Vegas is where artists go to die. See? That's what I'm saying. Like Britney Spears had a residency there. She's not relevant. She's a big name, but she's not making music. And I don't know. It is what it is. I think he's going to do great, Tracy. I think he's going to do great. Because he can dance. He can sing. He's going to do really, really, really good. But I'm just surprised. All right, 4 more minutes and we're going to end it. They should have Usher versus Chris Brown boxing match. I think that would be interesting. Yeah. So I appreciate y'all. I'm going to round out the show. Obviously, if you're coming in now, hit the rewind replay. We had Nuggs on talking about he got deactivated for using the earn by time glitch, and rightfully so. He admitted that. And I think DoorDash is going to continue to have the AI help them when they see suspicious activity and things that don't look right. They're going to look into things, and DoorDash is tracking us. So be careful with what you do in the app. For all the people out there that seem to think I've been deactivated or I'm using my girlfriend's account, listen, I don't have to prove anything to anybody, but this is my account. Oh man, it's 2. Can you guys see 9,005? So that's my account. 72%. Some people think I got 90% AR. No, 72. That's about where it stays. And that's the account I've only had one account. And I'm only going to need one account. And I'm not going to get deactivated for any glitch or anything because I haven't done anything wrong. Okay. And if DoorDash wants to go after people and look at things, they can open up my books all day long. I'm good over here. Right. So I just, transparency is what some of y'all want, but then you can't handle the truth when you get it. Right. People are going to get deactivated. Things will happen. It's part of the gig economy. Just protect yourself. You can't avoid everything, right? You can't, things are going to happen, but, oh man, I got to type out there. My DoorDash account's good. Just be careful because most of us technically are probably violating something on the TOS on a day-to-day basis. It happens. These companies have a lot of control in that way. Okay. But just move the best way that you can. Don't do things without knowing there's an inherent risk. And Nuggs was doing that. He got busted. He was milking the clock. He got deactivated. He deserves it. He admitted that. It is what it is. But he's going to be fine because he's going to roll it into other ways to make money, different kind of content. He'll be just fine. But if you want to watch that, we had the interview with him at about the 15-minute mark. He came on the show, and I thought it was a great interview. We talked about a lot of different things. So you guys are great. I'm going to figure out. Actually, I want to ask you guys a question. What's the best? I need to figure out a way to get a better. Right now, I'm using the camera on the laptop. This is a regular Lenovo. And I think I could, with StreamYard, maybe just attach a different camera to. I need to get a better. I want HD quality. If somebody in the chat that's in here right now could recommend a particular way to get the best kind of, I want the audio, I want the visuals to pop. When I'm looking at it on YouTube, I don't like how it looks. I want this to pop. When I do a live on the phone, it looks a lot better than this. So let me read, if somebody's an expert in that way. You can link all the fake accounts with the ad. I don't know. I don't. You're not talking to me, bro. Amazon. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess I can just buy like a camera and link it. I don't know. I got to figure it out. I got to do some research, but I need to do that because I don't love. It looks just a little hazy. It's not bright. I want to get the lighting better in here. I see a few channels that aren't in the gig economy and they do these podcasts and they just look so awesome. I need to invest. I need to do that. Logitech Brio, bro. Look it up. Oh, let me screenshot that. Logitech Brio. Okay. Just buy a webcam. Yeah. $100. Is it just as easy as that? I mean, I've never had anything like that, but Jesse knows all about that stuff. Pedro, I wish she was in here. She mentioned about the lighting a couple of weeks ago when she was in here. I actually have her phone number. I might just text her. Because she did mention she could help with the lighting. I appreciate you saying that. Listen, that's the stream. I appreciate y'all very, very, very much. I will have some type of video out for you guys tomorrow. And then I'm going to do a little vlog style road trip vlog for for Thursday. Because I'm not having a video come out Wednesday. I'm going to be at the concert. But I'm going to be filming my trek to New York. I got one layover. I'm going to be filming Brooklyn and the hotel. I'm going to do a little lifestyle vlog for my trip to NY to see Hannibal. So look out for that content Thursday or Friday. You guys are fantastic. If you're out driving, be safe, make your money. And I'll see you guys next week.